Okay, I think we are live, guys. I think we're live. If you can see me, if you can hear me, please let me know. Are we live? That's the question. Are we actually live? So please let me know, and then we will go ahead and get in on the day. Today, of course, we're discussing our last day of the Olight Fall event at olightstore.com and the Olight app. Hopefully today I can answer some of your questions as well. So again, if you guys are here, if you can see me and hear me, give me a shout out. Please let me know. This is just starting to load up. I know it's going to take a minute here to get fully loaded, but we will get there. Again, guys, if you can see and hear me, let me know. I think the live video just now officially started. It said it's only at like 20 seconds right now. So we'll wait for a couple of people to get in here and we will get started. What's going on, Austin? What's going on, man? Yeah, we've been live for like 20 seconds. So we gotta wait for a few people to get in here. Jay Warrior, what's going on? Henry, Israel, the Cybertruck is here. Well, thank you for being here. I didn't know that a car was going to be joining us today. What's up, Loma, Hemp, Adam, Mickey? The Need for Speed. I have the Need for Speed this weekend. I'll tell you that. No bongos today, Henry. I need to get a new pair of bongos, man. I need to get a new pair of bongos, maybe a little higher quality. The bongos I had before were, let's just say entry level. They weren't really the best. So hopefully I can get some better bongos here in the future. That might be one of my tasks this weekend. I'm going to go bongo hunting. I'm going to go down the bongo rabbit hole on Google Shopping. And what's up, guys? I'll be here to serve you in the future. Oh, okay. New bongos, love it. What's going on? All right, cool. So we got some people in here. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. We're going to be discussing our brand new items that we just released at our Fan Day event last weekend. It's crazy to think that it's already been almost a week since that event. To be honest, it kind of feels like it's been one day. This week has been it's really absurd how fast this week has gone. Hopefully it's gone quick for you guys as well. So happy Flashlight Friday. It is the last day of our fall event on olightstore.com or the Olight app. You can shop in both places, whatever you prefer. You know, kind of the big item of this event is the OAL. This is the Arcfeld Ultra. So OAL, we've received a lot of questions about this. You know, we went through it at the event, but obviously, you know, not everyone ordering from our site watched that video. So for the people who don't really understand what OAL is, it is a new version of aluminum that is stronger than all the other aluminums out there. So one of the most common forms of aluminum is 6061. That's the name of that version of aluminum. And 6061 is what we use for most flashlights. So if you have any Olights at home that are made out of aluminum, or even if you have some flashlights from other brands that are made out of aluminum, it's about a 99% chance that it's made out of 6061. It could be made out of an aluminum that's worse than 6061 if you got like a cheap flashlight from Amazon or something like that. But kind of the gold standard for good flashlight companies is 6061. So there's one level that's higher than that, which is 7075. 7075 aluminum is very expensive and it's just simply not used as much as 6061. So 7075 is used for more like professional applications like aerospace and that kind of stuff. And then we have OAL, which is what we design, which is a step up from 7075. So basically you have 6061, which is what most of your flashlights are made out of. And then you have 7075, which is better than the 6061. And then on top of that, you have OAL. So this is 2 levels above what most of your flashlights are made out of. So what do I mean when I say above? It's way harder and it's way stronger. It won't scratch. It won't dent, right? Now, if you throw this off of a cliff or you run over it with a tank, I mean, it still is aluminum, so you could possibly damage this. It's not like this is, you know, indestructible. This isn't, you know, a Superman flashlight, but it is way stronger than your typical aluminum flashlight. And that's kind of the point. And so I'll go ahead and show you guys. So basically we've got 6061, which is right here. And you can see all of the white chunks taken out of the side of it. The reason why this piece of 6061 is so beat up is because I've been hitting it with this piece of OAL, which doesn't have any of those gashes, all right? And I know I'm wearing a very sensitive microphone, so I'm sorry, this is gonna be slightly annoying, but I'll just go ahead and do it on camera to prove my point. 6061 in the black, OAL here in the green. And then I will just, okay? So I just created all of these marks right here on this edge, okay? And then I can wipe away the 6061 flakes off of the OAL. So you can see that, again, 6061 all beat up, totally messed up. OAL is still perfect, right? So I don't know a better way to show you that OAL is way better than 6061 by just beating the two materials together and showing you which one wins. OAL wins every time, right? So there you go. If you drop your light or you throw it in your pocket with your keys, stuff is scratching up against it, it's not going to show wear and tear, all right? Now, what's good about that is your light is going to look better for a longer period of time. What's also really good about that is there's a lot of really complicated internal components inside of this OAL body, right? We've got a really high output lithium ion battery. We've got all kinds of different emitters. We've got a PCB board. I mean, this is basically a little computer that's hooked up to a battery because of all of the different functions and the UI, right? So you've got really complicated stuff going on inside of something that you're carrying in your pocket every day. Maybe you drop it, maybe you're working and you kind of hit it or get it dirty. So the bottom line is we need to figure out the best way to keep those components that are inside of the light as safe as possible, right? And the bottom line is the OAL is going to keep all of that safer than 6061 or 7075, right? So you've got a flashlight that's going to continue looking pretty even if you beat it up, and you know that all of the stuff going on inside of the light, which is what matters, that's how it works, you know that's going to be safe as well. So that's a really, really big advantage with this material. It also is slightly heavier than regular aluminum. If I hold a regular Arcfeld Pro and then I hold the OAL, the Arcfeld Ultra, yes, the Ultra is heavier. Not by a huge margin. It doesn't feel like copper or something like that, but the OAL is a little bit heavier than your regular 6061. And then on top of that, we added a little bit of material as well. So if you look at the lip that goes around the center dial switch right here, it comes up a little bit and meets the edge of this dial. So we've got a little bit more material on the front of the light. So it's simply just a thicker shell, of the Arcfeld Ultra compared to the Pro. So just the overall material is a little bit beefier as well. It's just simply just more material. And then we've got the better battery indicator. We use the micro perforation technology to create the battery indicator there on the front versus simply just having holes right here on the front of the Arcfeld Pro. So you're getting a unibody design. There's no openings inside of the material. Whereas here, we've got these little holes right here. So you're having less things exposed when we use the micro perforation versus just creating standard holes. Let's see here, pocket clip. Pocket clip's better. So I will show you the new one here, Ultra Pro. This one is much wider. So like the actual width of the clip is larger. It is a little bit thicker. The material itself, it's a little bit harder to bend. On top of that, we also rounded everything off. And then also, if you can see where the screws are that are anchoring the clip to the back of the light, it is wider. It is larger than how it is set up on the Arcfeld Pro. So the anchor system, so the point where it is screwed into the light, is a little bit larger, a little bit higher surface area to hold the clip onto the light, right? So way better pocket clip, beefier design, way stronger material. You've got a glass lens on the Ultra versus the Pro. The Pro just has the plastic lens. Glass lens is going to last longer. It's going to do a better job at resisting heat, especially if you're using the higher modes. If you're using turbo and stuff like that, you definitely want to have that glass lens on the Ultra. And then this has 1400 lumens as well. So it has 100 extra lumens on turbo. So again, that glass lens is crucial considering that we have an even higher emitter in the Ultra. So that's what's going on with this light. Way better material, more lumens, better clip design, better lens. It's great. Lifetime warranty. Again, of course, all of the new Olight products have a lifetime warranty here in the US market. So you don't have to ever worry about it as well. So you've got one of the strongest lights on the market made out of this new material that's stronger than other flashlights that you have. And then you have a lifetime warranty to back it up. So it doesn't even matter if something happens, we'll still take care of you with our awesome customer service, you know? This one I got made for me. I got it customized at the event last weekend. Andrew in our Facebook group, he does a lot of engraving and customization for a whole bunch of fans over there in the Facebook group. And he had his laser set up behind the stage at our Las Vegas event. And he was like going to close down soon. You know, I really didn't want to bother him because he had like a line of people waiting to get it. But I was able to get this engraved before he packed up. But there it is. We've got kind of the Olight logo, and it looks like a poker chip. It says Las Vegas OFan Day 2024, and then he even put my name here at the bottom. So this one is definitely mine. The reason why I'm talking about this engraving is no, you can't get your light engraved with the Fan Day stuff because Fan Day is already over. But you can get your Arc Filled Ultra customized for free on our website if you do it today. So typically, if you get your lights customized on our website, if you get them engraved, it's anywhere from $5 to $10 is what it costs. For today, since today is the last day, I'm just going to talk in today because after today, everything's over. But for today, since there's only one day left, you can get your Arc Filled Ultra engraved for free. And you can even upload your own custom image if you'd like, you know, obviously as long as it's appropriate and, you know, not ripping someone else off, then you can get basically your own custom logo on there. You can get your name put on there. If you can't come up with ideas yourself, there are like 1,000 different designs you can choose from as well. There's so many beautiful designs. Here is an Arc Filled Pro with the dragon on the front. This is one of my favorite ones that we have on the site. It's really large as well. But yeah, if you guys order an Arc Filled Ultra today, please get it engraved because it's free, right? Just keep in mind, it might take a couple extra days for it to get to you, but they are engraving very, very quickly. One thing that I did want to mention real quick, and then I promise we'll just move on to the Baton Turbo, is so we had to do something because the Arc Filled Ultra is so strong. And I mentioned this during the Fan Day event on stage. So in order for us to be able to engrave these properly, not only did we have to upgrade our engraving machines at our factory, but also it takes a little bit longer. You have to do extra passes. So instead of lasering it once and it's done, it looks good, you have to laser it 2, 3, 4 times in order for it to set into this OAL because of the fact that the material is so strong, right? So if this material wasn't stronger than regular aluminum, then why do we have to laser it 4 times just to get a good engraving on the light? You know what I'm saying? So obviously this material is absolutely insane. It's so strong, but I'm lucky that, you know, I was able to get this engraved on mine, and you guys should definitely get the engraving as well. Okay. Let's move on to the Baton Turbo. I'm going to go ahead and go through. I wanted to talk about the Ultra the most. I'll go through the other products a little bit faster, and then I can answer some of your guys' questions. And then, like I mentioned yesterday, I have an exclusive discount code for you guys. It's an extra 10% off. I'm going to give you guys that discount code at the end of the video. I promise I won't go too much longer today because I know it's Friday and you guys want to get out of here and eat lunch and all that stuff. But keep in mind, I will be giving you guys a discount code that will give you an additional 10% off. And it works with the discounts that are already on the site. So if you're getting something for 40% off, if you use the code that I give you here soon, then you'll get 50% off, right? It's an additional 10% on top of all the deals we already have on the site. And that's just me thanking you guys for being here with me today. So let's go ahead and jump into the Turbo. Turbo, 510 meter beam distance. This flashlight is a little bit longer than my pinky. It's basically the length of my ring finger. So obviously this is a very, very short light. It's about the length of a credit card, maybe a little bit shorter than a credit card, just to give you an idea. I can also completely hide it in my fist. So you can get a sense that this is a very, very small, very, very tiny flashlight. But it doesn't have tiny performance. So it's got a 510 meter beam distance. So let me just show you kind of how tight that hotspot is. So you've got the center hotspot right here. And then you've got a really nice spill that's kind of falling off of that hotspot. And you can see the spill gets larger and larger as I pull it away from the wall, right? So you've got a really nice spill. You're still going to be able to see the things around you, which is this part of the beam right here. But then you also get this beautiful uniform hotspot. There's a couple things that we did to this light to make it so much better. And it's because of your feedback. So we originally came up with a prototype of this light. If you guys are familiar with some of the programs that we do with our customers, one of them is for the really, really high level people, the people who've ordered a lot from our site. One of the loyalty program perks is that you'll be able to purchase a prototype from us for a discounted price, and then you'll be able to provide us with feedback about that prototype product, and then hopefully, you know, we make it better for you guys and then release the final version. So we did that with the Baton Turbo. Maybe some of you guys don't know about this. So one of the things that we did because of customer feedback is we changed the battery. So originally this worked with a 16340 battery, which is unfortunately only 650 milliamps. That is nowhere near enough milliamps to power this 500 plus meter beam distance light. The runtime was terrible, right? But we wanted to keep it a small light. We didn't want to use an 18650 or a 21700 or any of those larger batteries to make it a big light. So we went back to the drawing board and decided that an 18350 would give us double the milliamps of the 16340. We're looking at 1100 milliamps, I think, versus the 650. So almost double the milliamps with the 18350, and we're not really making the flashlight any larger. But we didn't want to force you to always have to use the 18350, which is why we decided to include a sleeve in the packaging. Please make sure that you pull out all of the accessories before you throw away the box with your Baton Turbo, because there's a little sleeve where you can put a CR123A into the sleeve and then use that as a backup battery in this light. So we've got a 500 plus meter beam distance, tiny little light the length of a credit card, and it not only works with an 18350 battery, but you can throw in CR123A batteries as well if you're in a pinch, maybe it dies. So always include a couple CRs with you in your bag, maybe get like a little plastic case for it or something. Always include a couple CRs so that way you have backup batteries for your Turbo, right? Especially if you're gonna go in the woods or you're gonna go do something, if you guys are gonna be out and about all day, put a couple CRs in your bag, and then that way you have backup batteries. But anyways, so we got really great run times with that 18350, but it's still compatible with a backup. Another thing that we did, this is the second major change that we made because of customer feedback. We changed the tint of the LED. We changed the LED. So originally the LED kind of had a greenish tint. To be honest, it was a little bit ugly, just being honest. And then we changed the tint. So now this one has a cool white beam as well. So we made the run times vastly better because of your feedback. And then we also, gosh, where was I? I'm losing it. We did the battery, and then we did the LED. We changed the tint of the LED. Yes, so the battery and the LED, we changed those, and now the light went from like a 6 out of 10 to like a 10 out of 10 for being a small little pocket thrower. So there we go. I lost it for a second. I'm like, oh, so many things in my brain. I can only speak so fast. So there we go. We got it in black, which is the matte finish black, which I love. I love the matte finish, just feels good. And then we also have the OD green with the black accents. So there is the Paren Turbo that we specifically made way better, used your feedback to make it way better. So I would pick it up. I think this is the best little tiny thrower on the market at this point. Again, backed by Olight, lifetime warranty, all the good stuff you get with Olight. So let's go. So we've got the Paren III. This is the highest lumen flashlight we've ever made of a flashlight this size. Part of the reason why we're able to make it so small is because we have that right angle head. So the head itself doesn't have to be as long or as large. And then on top of that, basically the entire flashlight is that 21700 battery that's inside of the body. There's not really any way to make this flashlight smaller, considering that 80% of the flashlight is just the tube for the battery. You know, like it's kind of hard to make a 3000 lumen flashlight any smaller than this while maintaining, you know, the high milliamp battery in order to power something this powerful, right? So this works with the new headband. We have a completely new headband design. It has this basically this metal attachment here. It's very, very sturdy. We don't have that little rubber band that was there before that could break sometimes. This is way sturdier. And basically, even with the clip still on it, you can see the pocket clip is still on the Paren III. And there's a little channel here inside of the headband. And then I will just take it, boom, slam it in, and there we are. And even though the pocket clip is on it, you can still rotate it down. You can see I'm rotating the angle of the head. So you can change that as well while it's inside of the headband. And then when you're done, you basically just grab it and then you pull it out of the headband. That's it. Okay. And then we have the orange version as well. A lot of people like the orange headbands, headlamps, just because they're easy to find. It's harder to lose this. If you drop it on the ground in the woods or something like that, you're not going to lose this one. So something to keep in mind. But I know some people don't like the orange finish, but it is popular for headlamps. Now, I'll go ahead and actually, sorry, that one is dead. I play with these things all day. So I want to go ahead and do a double tap from off, and then we can go to the red setting, okay? So again, if you want to go to red, just a double tap from off to get to red. Most of our handheld lights don't have the red setting, but it is very, very popular with the headlamp. You know, sometimes you don't want to blow out your night vision. If you're trying to read something at night, you're trying to do something near the campfire, you don't need the 3000 lumens, right? So you just do a double tap and then you have the red light. It doesn't hurt your night vision. So you can actually see still when you get in your tent. So that's another, you know, advantage of the Paren series versus like the Paren series. Like, for example, the Turbo doesn't have the red LED. So there's that. Let's see, what else? So we have the Sphere. I know this one is one of the most popular of the sale. I have my phone right here. So I'm going to go ahead and go into the Olight app, which you can download for iOS or Android. You literally just go to your app store, type in Olight into the search bar, and it's going to be the first option there. When you pull up the app, it's going to basically show you our website. But there is a button here at the very bottom. I can't believe you guys can actually see this. The camera looks pretty good today. So there is a button here at the bottom, and you can click that, and that will take you to your devices. I have so many devices that it's going to take a second for mine to load. I have way too many O bulbs and spheres, obviously, but we'll wait for this to load up all of my devices, and then we will jump into the different settings. Also, while this is loading up, I literally have like 20 O bulbs synced to this phone. While this is loading up, you can press the bottom and you can go to a few different settings. So, that is available, but you can do it from the phone. So I've got all of my O bulbs and spheres loaded up. We'll go into this one right here, and let's see, it is now turned on from my phone, and then I can go ahead and jump into some different settings. So we'll jump into like the butterfly setting right here. I just changed it up. Here is the fountain setting. We've got the lilac. It just turned kind of a purple look. We've got the blue sky, which is really cool. It kind of has this cloud look to it. We got the festive with the fireworks. This one's really fun where it kind of bounces in the light. The confetti one is really crazy looking. So there's all kinds of different settings that you can choose from. But I'm basically just going through the menus here and changing up the settings. And what's really cool about the app as well is when you change the setting on the app, it changes the way the sphere looks here at the top as well. So if I click on Magic 8 Ball, you can see how it just changed the sphere in the app. And then I'll click on this one. And so it keeps changing not only the sphere, but also what you're seeing on the app as well, which is pretty cool. Music rhythm is another one. You can basically hit this and the sphere will dance to your music playlist. So if you have some friends over, maybe you guys start doing some karaoke or something like that. It's just a way to, again, set the mood and have some fun at home. Also, we've got the interactive section here where you can go to the Bash-a-Mole game, which is really fun. It's basically a game where when the light turns on, you can hit the sphere and you can see who is faster. So it's like a little game for friends and family. And then on top of that, we also have a countdown timer, which is what I really like. So kind of one of the ways that I stay on task throughout the day, like when you're working for a small business and you have to do a lot of different things throughout the day, I try to section out my time for each task, right? So if I'm like, I'm going to make a couple TikTok videos today and I'm going to give myself 1 hour to do it. So basically I can go in here and I can set it up to where after 1 hour, the sphere will turn off, right? So I know once that sphere turns off, I just did something for an hour, right? Which means my time's up. I got to move on to something else. So it's a really great way. It's just a nice countdown timer. It's a good way for you to stay on task and to know if you're taking too much time to do certain things. And that's pretty much it, guys. So we got the Bash-a-Mole game, the countdown timer. You can hook this up to the O-Bounds gateway, which would allow you to use it with Alexa. So if you like all the smart speaker stuff, if you have all that stuff in your home, you can get the O-Bounds gateway, which we do sell on our website. And then you can use motion sensing and you can do voice control with your sphere collection. All right. So there is the sphere. Make sure that you download the app. The app is definitely the way to control the sphere. And you can have an entire long list. You can have up to 100 spheres hooked up to the same phone. The phone also works with the O-Bulb Plus and the O-Bulb Pro S because I still have some of those as well. So really, really nice app, guys. If you like Olight, especially if you're watching this live video right now, you like Olight, so please download the app. It makes your Olight experience much, much better. So there we go, guys. That's pretty much it. I showed this one earlier. We do have the Paw Edition as well. If you're a big fan of the Arcfeld Pro, you want to donate to animals in need, we have a really, really nice Animal Foundation charity event going on with this light. We're donating $5 for every light sold to shelter organizations to help with strays. Okay. So if you love animals, especially if you're a collector of the Arcfeld Pro anyways. Really beautiful light for the collection. It comes in a really pretty box as well. And it comes with a little pin for your shirt too. So, and that's pretty much it for all the new products. How about multiple countdowns that have different colors? That's a really good recommendation. I'd be happy to mention that. That's a great recommendation. Let's see. Can the OAL be made in different colors? So I'm not sure how complicated the anodization process is with OAL. It's very complicated. I actually went to our anodizing factory a few months back in April, and we did an entire video series there, and we showed you guys how we anodize all of our aluminum. It's pretty complicated. It's basically all of these chemical baths, and so I'm not really sure because the way that the aluminum holds color is we put it in a chemical bath and pores open up in the material, and then we dye the material. The dye gets stuck into it, and then we seal the material. So we seal the dye inside of those pores. So anodizing aluminum is basically just a chemistry experiment. Now, I don't know if OAL can still do the same thing with the same chemical bath. Like, I don't know if it needs a different solution in order to open the pores of the aluminum to accept the dye and then seal the pores to hold the dye in to where the light remains, you know, the color that we chose for it, right? So I can't give you a definitive answer. I do know how we anodize our aluminum. Based on all the stuff I'm saying right now, but I don't know if the process is different or if it needs to be done differently because of the fact that this material has different components inside of it to make it stronger compared to your regular 6061 aluminum that I've talked about a lot already. Really good question. I will definitely be asking them. I got a couple contacts at the anodizing center anyways, so I'll ask them and see. I would be very surprised if there's no way to color OAL. I think that would be crazy if there's just no way for us to change the color of this material. I just don't know if it's a different process or not. So, yeah. But that is very interesting. Loma, please hit the like button. Yeah, please do. Hitting the thumbs up button really does help us out. Thank you, Loma, for mentioning that. Let's see here. Should have just used titanium. Yeah, so titanium is very heavy, and it's also very expensive, and it's also pretty difficult to machine. So because of that, this OAL makes a lot more sense for like the direction of our company and producing products at scale compared to if we just simply started making all of our products out of titanium. Obviously, we've made a lot of stuff out of titanium. I mean, we literally just did the stone-washed Such edition out of titanium. There's already a titanium Arcfeld Pro that exists. But in terms of like producing the lights at scale and making sure that it's not too expensive and doesn't weigh too much, the OAL makes more sense to produce products at scale. Now, for limited runs, like limited edition stuff, if we're doing smaller runs, titanium still is awesome. I think for sure we're going to continue making lights out of titanium. It's not like we're done with titanium and we're only doing OAL. But OAL is going to be a more normal thing for Olight versus titanium, which is typically reserved for the limited edition stuff for Christmas time, that kind of thing. I don't know if we're going to release any titanium lights for Black Friday or anything like that. Typically, that is when we come out with the special material products, but I'm not exactly sure if that's what we're doing this year. But if you like titanium, if you like the exotic materials, then you probably want to be checking out what we're doing here at the end of the year. Because if you look at what we've done the past few years, if you've been a fan of Olight for a long time, you'll see that the limited edition stuff, like, even like the season sets that we come out with before, all of that is typically at the end of the year for the holidays. So, you know, we're going to do some really cool stuff at the end of this year, but, you know, I can't guarantee if we're doing any special materials. Titanium is also not very heat efficient. Yes, Graham, that's another thing too. So if you guys have looked at the Warrior 3Ss that we did the season set of the Warrior 3S. We actually had to lower the lumens. We had to downgrade the max lumens because of the fact that the titanium got so hot. Titanium doesn't have good heat dispersion. So the problem is when a titanium flashlight gets hot, it gets hot where the heat source is. So the front of your light, which is where the PCB board, all the electrical components, that's where the battery is connected to the PCB board, the LED, all of that stuff, all of that gets hotter with titanium versus aluminum or even copper, which copper is very good at heat dispersion. Copper would probably be the best material for flashlights ever if it didn't weigh so much. If we could figure out how to make copper like 30% of the weight that it actually is, then copper would be amazing for flashlights because of its heat dispersion. But nobody wants to carry a roll of quarters in their, roll of pennies in their pocket all day. So that's the issue with copper. And then titanium, it's expensive, it's heavy, and the heat dispersion sucks. So thank you for telling me that as well, Graham. Good point. So again, there's many reasons why the OAL makes sense versus us just saying, you know what, let's just use copper, let's just use titanium. This is better for flashlights. It is. Copper Damascus, that is very heavy and very expensive. I'm like, we don't want to have anything that's very heavy and very expensive. And then the next comment is, okay, how about copper Damascus? Let's see. Any other lights in OAL in the near future? Very good question. Another great question. I can't tell you that right now. I think it would be ridiculous for us to not come out with other products in OAL. I think that would be a disservice to all the work we put into the material. But there's no guarantees. I can't tell you anything right now. All I can say is that'd be a bummer if the only light in OAL is just the Ultra. Like hopefully we can get some Baton series lights in Ultra, in OAL. I'm trying to think. It would be really cool. I would love a Warrior 3S. I would love some of the tactical models in the OAL. That would make a lot of sense considering that tactical lights typically get beat up a little bit more than your regular everyday carry lights. I would love to see an entire Warrior series line made out of OAL. Like imagine a Warrior 3S or a Warrior X4 that looks like this. That would be like a Warrior X4 in OAL. That would be like way too cool. Way too cool. Again, I can't guarantee anything. I'm not here to tell you guys any secrets today. But I think it would be a really big bummer if we didn't come out with other OAL products. That would be a very big surprise if we didn't use OAL for other products. We need more Dream Blue flashlights. Yeah, that would be cool. An OAL hat. Yeah, so today is, I know I'm starting to sweat here, but today is the last day of our OFAN event. I know I've said that 10 times already, but I thought to commemorate this live video, I'd wear my OFAN Day hat from last year when we did the OFAN Day at our Virginia facility. So anyways, wearing my OFAN Day hat from 2023 for the last day of OFAN 2024. Are we getting a Paren III Mini? That would be really cool. Obviously the performance and all of that would just be nowhere near the Paren III. A big part of the reason why the Paren III has the performance it does is because it has the space for 3 LEDs. So you can see there's 1, 2, 3. There's 3 LEDs in the head. And then on top of that, in order to power those 3 LEDs to their potential, we have to use the high output high drain voltage 21700 battery that's inside of this. So if we made a Paren mini version of the Paren III, we wouldn't be able to have all of those LEDs, and we wouldn't be able to have this size battery. We could have the same design language, like we could just do like a shrunken down version of this physically, but in terms of performance, no way. I mean, we could probably maybe get like 1500 lumens out of it, max, but this is 3000 lumens. So if we do come out with the Paren III Mini, just know that probably at best, it would have half the performance of this, but it would be about half the size as well. So that kind of makes sense. But if you're asking like, can we get Paren III performance out of something smaller? No way. That's impossible. You're not going to get performance like this out of, it's just, we don't live in a world where that can be possible. 3000 lumens is awesome. Yeah. I mean, I back in the day, like when Olight started really making waves in the flashlight industry, when we started coming out with stuff that was 1000 lumens, I was like, 1000 lumens? Like my first Olight was 300 lumens. So when we first started coming out with stuff that was 1000 lumens, like 4-digit lumens, like my jaw was dropping. I was like 1000 lumens. And now we've got 3000 lumens out of, it's the performance and the advancements in the flashlight industry, I think is one of the most exciting industries that we have today. When you think about like all of the technology out there, like there's not too many things left that are truly progressing. Like the iPhone 16 Pro just came out and it has like an extra button and the camera's a little bit better, but like, is it really like, are we doing anything groundbreaking here? Not really. The 15 Pro is basically the same experience. When you look at computers, yes, they continue to make faster graphics cards and hard drives and stuff, but the overall experience of using the computer is basically just, it's based on the software, right? Like, it's not like if you use a more expensive computer, it's a totally different experience. Like you're still just using a computer, right? And then the electric cars, you know, that's kind of the one thing that's going on right now where they're making big strides in it, but people are realizing that we don't even really want electric cars as much as people thought we did, because of all the terrible, maintenance costs and having to charge it all the time, and they can only go 200 miles and all that. So again, that's another thing that we're kind of plateauing on already. And then AI, I guess, is the one thing, but AI can only progress so much until robots start trying to kill us all. So we have to be careful with that as well. So when you really think about like all of the things that are emerging and getting way better in 2024, there's not that much stuff. We're kind of plateauing in terms of technology, I feel like. But I feel like flashlights is like the one thing that still is progressing really, really fast. It's kind of stupid to compare computers to flashlights. They're totally different things. But I'm just saying, like, you guys get my point. It's one of the things that is truly progressing, that we're still like reaching great heights in compared to other technology industries that are out there. And so I think if you're a flashlight fan, if you're into flashlights, this is a very exciting time to love flashlights, where we're reaching lumen levels that we thought weren't even possible before. We're making products out of materials that didn't even exist. We're inventing new versions of materials. We're doing custom engraving and stuff like that, where that kind of stuff would be impossible on e-commerce websites only a few years ago. So we're doing things that are brand new, that have never been done before, and I think that's very exciting. No matter what the industry is, that kind of stuff is really, really cool. So get excited. It's fun to be an Olight fan right now because we're doing so much crazy stuff. Electric cars are great for the economy, not ours though. Yeah, I mean, they got to get better, man. They got to get better. This is a quick tangent, and then I will tell you guys the discount code for our website, and then I'll let you go. But I just don't trust them. I hear horror stories about when you have to replace the battery, it costs even more than the price of the car. The battery is 80% of the car, and it eventually has to be replaced. And then, you know, you're having to use all the electricity at your house, and it takes hours to charge. And I just don't really trust it. I like just being able to put some gas in your car, and then you've got what, 400 miles to be able to go. And then when you need to go more, you just put some more gas in your car at a gas station that are everywhere. You know, like I just don't see the problem with gas cars at this point. But that's just me, you know. I think the problem, if we're going to talk about gas, is all the billionaires who go on 4 different flights on a daily basis. But whatever. Let's go ahead and they start fires too. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get the electric car thing at this point. I just don't think it's good enough. Maybe in 20 years, it'll be better. But right now, I'm not going to be paying 60 grand for a car that might not even work properly, or it'll be on the side of the road because you didn't charge it enough. Like, nah, man, nah. Anyways, I need to put my order in. Yes, you do. Okay, back to Olight, and then I got like 2 more minutes and I'll let you guys go. OlightStore.com or the Olight app. This is one of our best sale events of the year. 40%, up to 40% off on the website. This is how you guys are going to get all the deals on this stuff. There's a bundle right now for a Baton Turbo and an ArcFelt Ultra together, and it's $120, which is the price of only the ArcFelt Ultra. So you're basically getting a free Baton Turbo with your Ultra. And that's just one of the like bundle situations that we have on the website. So take advantage of those bundles. You're going to get the best deals possible. Let me tell you a way to get another deal. So I'm going to type in the code, okay? So let's do this. Let me just verify that this is the correct discount code. Okay, here it is. It is Olight, F-E, F as in Frank, E as in Echo, 2024. Olight FE 2024. Olight FE 2024. I just typed it in the comment section. So the way it works is there are 50 of these codes, 50 codes that are up for grabs today only. When you use this code, as long as the 50 codes haven't been used yet today, I figure by tonight the codes will probably be gone. So if you want to get the additional 10% off of your order, use that code quickly because there's only 50 codes available. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. You've got your extra 10% off. Please use it. You know, if you put in a $100 order, you're saving an extra $10 as an example. So definitely use that. Thank you guys so much for watching me today. Thanks for hanging out with me. Hopefully you guys are really pumped up about the new O aluminum. I really love the new Baton Turbo, finally a pocket thrower. The new 3000 lumen Paren III is unbelievable. One of the most powerful lights you can buy of this size. The sphere looks beautiful. You're not going to get a product that looks like this from any other brand, especially with the way it works with the new Olight app is incredible. All the new products are amazing. Make sure that if you get the ArcFelt Ultra or the Baton Turbo, get it engraved. You can get it engraved for free. Don't miss that part. I know you guys want to add the lights to your cart quickly, but get it engraved for free. You might as well, right? So thank you guys so much for watching this video today. Use that discount code, guys, please. And good luck. Have a wonderful weekend. Sale ends tonight. Buy everything you can today before the prices go up at midnight tonight. And we will see you guys later. All right. Thanks a lot. Peace.